Hello YouTubers, I'm Parvez and this is our 12th video in Python 3 programming basics. In the previous video we have learned how you can create shorthand if-else in Python programming language. In this video I'm going to talk about creating functions in Python 3. So now let's get started. I'm going to create a new Python file in PyCharm ID. Let me right click Python file, I call it my function, and let me bring it in here. So in every programming language we have functions. If you are familiar with other programming languages like C++, Java, C#, and all of them we have functions. So a function is a block of code which only runs when it's called. What I mean, when we create a function, it will be executed when we call that function. If we don't call the function, we will not receive any output by just creating a function. So when we create a function, after that we need to call that function if we want to execute our code. And also we can pass data through functions that we can call it as a parameters. So let me show you that how you can create functions in Python programming language. Creating a function in Python is so simple. You can write div, and after that you can write your function name. So I'm going to call it print hello. And after this you can write your statement that should be executed. For example, I want to just print hello world. So now we have created function, but if I run this, you will see that there will not be any output. You can see that we have successfully run, but there is no output of hello world. This means that by creating function we cannot execute our code. We need to call this function, and for calling this function at the bottom you can simply call your function print hello. And now if I run this, you can see now we have received hello world. So now we can take conclusion that when we create function we need to call that function. So also I have said that you can pass parameter into your function. So let me show you, and let me remove this, and for this okay, now you can write parameter in here. So I'm going to give a name in here, and let me remove this hello world, and I want to just concatenate this with the name. Okay, after this now I'm going to call my function. Let me call it print hello. Now you can see in here we have a parameter that's name. It means that when we call our function we need to add this parameter to our calling function. So now I'm going to add, for example, my name, and let me print hello John, print hello do. Now let me run this, and you see that we have received hello Parvez, hello John, and hello do. Also we can add default parameter to a function. Let me remove this and create a new function by call it my function, and by default I'm going to add a p_name, and I want to add Python. Now after this let me print I love, and concatenate this with p_name. Okay, now when we call our function, let me call it my function, and there is no problem. You can call it function, you can call it method, so there is no problem. Let me write, for example, Java and my function C++, my function C#. Now if I run this, you can see that now I have printed these I love Java, I love C++. But how you can print this default parameter? You can just write my function and now you can run it. You can see now we have received I love Python. Okay, now also you can return a value in Python methods or functions. Let me show you that how you can do. Let me create a method or a function. I call it diff number multiply. Okay, now I'm going to give it a parameter of x. Now I want to return 7 times x. Okay, after this, now in here I want to call my this function or method, so number multiply, and I want to add 3. Print number multiply, and I want to add 2, and print number multiply, and I'm going to add, for example, 10. Now if I run it, you can see now I have received these numbers. So thank you guys. If you have any question, please let me know, and for the further videos, don't forget subscription of my channel.